Well, here it is. My review of episode 4 of Sonic and Tails are. This episode is great. I actually really liked it. Quite a lot. I definitely liked it more in episode 3. Not that I hate episode 3, or I just didn't like it that much, but I definitely liked this more in episode 3. It kind of felt like episode 2. Episode 1 and 3 are good episodes, but I feel like episode 2 and 4 now have this feel to them. It's just Sonic consistency, and it's just really good. Episode 2 is, and I don't know, episode 4 is probably my favorite after something they did in the episode. Episode 4 is, it has Silver in it. He returns, and it basically has him like not attacking, saving a village from being attacked. And he actually is doing this, and I think he says it's no use at that point, or maybe it's a little bit after that. Sonic and Tails, come up to him and they ask him if, he can help and stuff like that. He does try, and then they end up finding a Chao. And it's like, it's one of those angel Chows, which is really cool to see. And it's not a Chaos Emerald, it's a Chao. And Tails is putting the Chaos Emerald back together, which is amazing. Might actually be my favorite thing to happen so far, for a lot of reasons. And after he does that, it comes back together, Tails starts talking about how, he's needed to depend on not having Sonic before, how he's there have been times where he didn't, not necessarily need Sonic, he didn't, have Sonic as an option, like in Adventure 1. He even talks about it. I mean, he literally did do that in Adventure 1, and Sonic and Tails are referenced it. Something that I don't even think Sega would do today. I think everyone who's writing this and working on this knows that Sega probably wouldn't do that today. It was such a touching moment when he was talking about that, when he was talking back to back when Adventure 1 was a thing, and it was just such a good moment. And it was funny how the radar went all crazy because of the Chao. And what ends up happening is Silver and Sonic, and Tails, of course, Tails, Sonic, and Silver go their separate ways. And Silver kind of is going to take care of this Chao from what I remember. I've only watched this once from the premiere, and that's it. I haven't rewatched it. I literally just finished watching it. So, it's pretty cool. I like how they brought Silver into this episode. And I was wondering how they would write him, does he even remember Sonic and Tails? And stuff like that, because of what happened in 06, but it's not really explained. It's just more, he knows them, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't complicate things or make things confusing. Episode 4 felt special. It was really nice to just hear Pete use it's no use line, and then Tails says his line for Adventure 2, which is, what was the line again? I think it's gonna be okay, buddy, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, even though I literally just heard the line. Well, I am really tired. I literally stayed up all night for this, so I wouldn't miss the premiere, so it's something like that. This is the only time I'm doing a review where I'm legitimately tired after watching it, so things might be a bit fuzzy, but I remember everything for the most part. The episode just had so much care into it. Miumi clearly knows what she's doing with this series. She knows how to write Sonic properly. I once said a few months ago that her writing is 10 times better than, you know, Seiya's writing currently, and that was only when I think episode 1 and 2 were out. I don't know if episode 3 was out yet. I don't think so, actually. I think it was just episode 1 and 2. And that was before episode 3 and 4. So, I guess I was right. She really does, if she's willing to write that in and reference something like that. Like, there's been a reference to Unleashed, I guess. Is that kind of those 6, or is that just a line in general? I don't know. There's been references to Unleashed, Adventure 1 now. Like, the RT comments I think. There are 2 characters that have been absent that I kind of wish were in this. Ubot and Orbot and Cubot. They're actually some really funny characters, and it's a bit of a shame that they're not here. I mean, sure, they didn't start appearing until Sonic Colors, and Orbot mainly appeared on Unleashed, and then Cubot came along in Colors, and they changed them voice actors and made them look like how they do now, but I never saw them as bad characters. They're pretty funny ones, actually. And yeah, I know Eggman hasn't always had them, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be in Sonic and Tails are. Because here's the thing: when we're on Team Sonic, when we're from Team Sonic's point of view, we're on Sonic and Tails' point of view always, and sometimes another character's point of view, who's ever also there at the time. But with Eggman, it's just Eggman, nobody else. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. What if later down the road, or sometime in an episode, what if he ends up getting all 7 of the corrupted emeralds and makes them all corrupted, and then ends up putting them into Metal Sonic? That would be scary. It would be like a war almost. Like, how could Sonic and Tails defeat that? There isn't really any complaints I had. It was a pretty good episode, and Sonic and Tails accomplished something because they're on their way to finding Eggman. They find out, and they also fixed another emerald. Well, Tails did, and they found a Chao. I wonder if that Chao is going to be connected to the story later. It probably will be. I hope that later Tails goes into his mech. Honestly, like how he does in Adventure 2. That would be cool. I'll be fine if he doesn't, but it'll be a missed opportunity if he doesn't even do that at all. But yeah, this F was definitely a 10 out of 10 for me, and I would definitely like to see more of the way this episode was done. I do really like episode 4, but episode 2, I'll talk briefly about it. I just loved how we had, like, Sonic's point of view, and we had that whole touching moment, but then, like, we had Eggman's point of view, and we had heard him talking. It was like, I kind of like that. I wouldn't mind if we did that again in episode 5, where we're, like, looking for 2 characters' point of views, Team Sonic and Team Eggman. That's cool, and I like the way it's written. Episode 4 is still good, and so is episode 3. I just don't really like it. So, episode 4 is definitely not my favorite episode, but it's a good episode, and I'd recommend watching it. It was well written, and I like the references, and glad Pete voiced Silver in it. I'll look forward to more in the